What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well, and I also hope that nobody got caught up in the slaughterings that was happening today with all the news releases. So yeah, hope everybody's safe, hope everyone's doing well, and let's get straight into things. So you'll see we're going to start on dollar as per usual, and you'll see that we have now actually traded and filled in this fair value gap that you see I brought our attention to at the very beginning of the week. So if you've been watching my videos this week, you'll know I had my eyes set on this as a premium PD array. I did anticipate it to get traded to earlier on in the week. However, you'll see we delivered to it today on Wednesday. Now, there is a weekly profile that does have Thursday reversals, meaning that there is still an opportunity for price to trade on lower for the rest of the week. Now, the reason I want to see that is because my overall bias at the beginning of the week was to see a down close week, meaning that I want to see some kind of downwards price action. Also, we've been moving higher all week and we haven't traded to any kind of south side target. Also, moving into tomorrow, we do have high impact news both on Thursday and Friday. So as far as I'm concerned, there is still opportunity for price to trade on lower. Now, don't get me wrong, we have been awfully bullish in order to get into this range, but you can see we've only now just filled that premium PD array. And what the market does is it goes from premium to discount and discount to premium. So if we are to trade on higher and we are to go to the next level of premium, it would be this implied fair value gap up here. And I'm going to make this orange because price can go up there, but ideally price doesn't. I'd like to think that this is the high made today on Wednesday and that we can see lower prices with the Thursday reversal moving into the rest of the week. But as we drop down to lower time frames, hopefully we can frame that a little better. But yeah, it was nice to see that we did deliver to this PD array. It's just interesting that it happened on the Wednesday and you saw how long it took to get up there. So before we get down to the low time frame, I do want to bring our attention to relative equal lows below here as a potential south side target. Now, it does seem a very far way away, but remember we do have high impact news both on Thursday and Friday. Durable goods, and well, I don't think we can see Thursday's news on TradingView, but there is news tomorrow as well. So the fact that we've traded to this premium PD array, I now want to look for some kind of discount PD array on the 4 hour that price may want to draw into. So let's now drop down to the 4 hour. And you'll see how we've closed at the top. Well, yeah, we're turning at the top of this fair value gap, which is completely fine. And I'm not saying that this is a high, but remember, I do want to see some kind of downwards price action. So what kind of PD arrays in the discount of the range we've created can we see? Well, first, let's split up the range. So we'll go from this low up to this high. And you'll see at the 50% level, we do have a fair value gap. Yes, we wicked into it today, but this fair value gap is still relevant because you'll see not all of it has been completely rebalanced. So there's a possibility for price to want to trade into that. So I'm going to make this blue. And before I say this, I'm not saying that price is definitely going to go down there. What I'm saying is that if we are to now trade lower and we are to have a classic, Thursday reversal in the week, this will be the target I want to see get traded to and get filled. You also see that there's some bullish order blocks down here as well. So it'll be nice to see if price can make its way into that. Now, don't get me wrong as well, we've also traded into a bearish order block on the 4 hours. So these two up close candles create a bearish order block. And if you drag this out, oh, we haven't actually traded into it yet. That's something to consider. But I am going to keep this marked out because if price, say tomorrow, does rally to an extent, it will likely rally into this. I'd like to see send price lower. So I'll keep this marked out and I'm going to put 4 hour bearish order block. And these are the levels I want to keep my eyes on moving into tomorrow. Now this week has been considerably difficult. As you saw with today's price action, the fact that we only just now closed this fair value gap, even though I wanted to see it get filled on Tuesday. But what you'll also notice is that I did drop a trade execution video, and that shows that I don't always have to be right. You don't always have to be right to be profitable. You just need to have an idea of where you want to see the market go. So I can speak more on that in other videos, but yeah, that's just something to take note of. And just to stop you guys from putting so much pressure on yourselves. But anyway, let's go to the daily real quick one more time. Or is it the weekly? There's a PD array. The weekly. You'll see there is a bearish order block. We're trading into the wick of that. If we just look at the 50% level of this wick, you'll see we've traded right up into that, which is absolutely beautiful, just about missing it. So that's, again, something to consider. And again, a point which price is like... It acts as a PD array, so price can turn at that point. But anyway, let's go to the 1 hour and you'll see I have my daily dividers. And you'll see how we traded higher. That's that fair value gap I was talking about from the 4 hour. Found support in that, trade on higher, running out more stops. Again, stops above here, bearish order block on the hourly, which we've just traded into. But like I said, if we are to have a Thursday reversal, it's likely we'll see a rally during London into that 4-hour bearish order block, and then price will trade on lower for the rest of the week in towards this target. Other than that, price will just continue higher and try and reach for that now premium PD array above here. But ideally, I want to see price turn, and that's because I've been wanting to see price turn all week, and it's very rare for Monday to make a low at 2 a.m. in the morning. So off a like low of the week, and we just trade on higher. So that's what I've got my eyes set on. But yeah, I am just looking for a shallow sweep above into that 4-hour bearish order block I was talking about. Potential reach into here, but then after that, if it does get into there, I definitely want to see some kind of pullback at that point. So I hope that all makes sense. And also the fact that we stayed above the Sunday opening the whole week, again, it's showing a lot of bullishness, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. And now let's head over to GBP USD. Now, this week with GBP has been incredible in a quite a difficult fashion. You'll find that GBP has been trading consistently higher, whereas Euro you'll see has been trading consistently lower. Now, environments like these, it means we are likely going through a significant turn or turning point in the market, and we will eventually see them snap into place, because when you have this level, like on a daily level of clear lower lows on Euro and clear higher highs on pound, they're clearly doing something in the markets, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if next week we saw some craziness happen, but something's got to happen. What I'm saying is that something's got to happen for price to snap back into place. So we have to be awfully careful. And in terms of analysis, in conditions like this, it just makes it 10 times more difficult and 10 times less accurate in general. Like, we just need to be considerate of that. But anyway, you'll see Wednesday trading, we traded right up. What did we trade into? Is this a 4-hour? Yeah, right up into that 4-hour fair value gap I brought our attention to in yesterday's video. Wicked into it, traded into it again. Look at what we're expecting. And now we've traded on lower on a closing basis. Now, if I want to see lower dollar, that obviously means I want to see higher pound. But the way that pound's been moving so strong, I wouldn't be surprised if pound, has run out of breath. Like, it would struggle to start seeing stretches on there. Like, we will go to the daily though, and a few PD arrays we can mark out. It's going to be the midpoint, so this might be a target for price in terms of premium. And then if we are to trade lower, I'm obviously looking at these lows, but ideally, again, if we're going to see lower dollar, then I want to see higher pound. But like I said, these conditions are so ugly, I don't even want to. This is really difficult for me to read. Like, I have no clue. But what I'm going to mark out is this massive fair value gap, and I just want to show you how price has been showing support on top of it. So you'll see how we've wicked into it a few times and price traded away from it. As price comes back into it again, I expect no different really, but this is all assuming that dollar wants to trade on lower. But if dollar wants to trade higher, so let me just go back for a second. If dollar does want to try and make it up into the premiums, then GBP will have a really easy time coming down and running out this low from Tuesday. So another thing that's making GBP really difficult to analyze is that we've now traded into both of our targets. So if you've been watching my videos this week, you'll know I wanted to see price come down into this range and take out that Monday low, and I wanted to see it trade up into this 4-hour fair value gap. It's done both. So wherever it's going to go now, it's going to be pretty indicational of where, wherever it goes from here is going to be, it's going to do it aggressively. As in, like, if it wants to move lower, it will do it. It will run lower. But like, if it's going to move higher and dollar is going to have a reversal, if that happens, then we're likely going to see pound struggle. But remember, pound is literally moving higher at this point, whilst Euro is digging significantly deeper. So these kind of trading environments are just not ideal. But I hope that all makes sense. In terms of my expectations, honestly, I don't even know what to say about it. It's absolutely disgusting price action right now. And yeah, this has been a very, very ugly week, as you can see. So we just got to be careful. I'm probably not going to trade tomorrow. Another reason I'm not going to trade tomorrow is that we've had 3 up close days. 1, 2, 3. And in one of ICT's videos, he states that if it's 3 consecutive up close days, you don't want to be trading London sessions on the 4th day. So if I am going to be trading tomorrow, it'll definitely be New York, and I'll probably have more of a basis of where we are. For example, if we take out these lows down here, we might see another reversal to trade higher. If we tread on higher, we might be able to get in more longs to then run up to the next stage, and that would be, let's go to the 4 hour, that would be this gap up here and these highs. So there are places that I want to see price trade. It's just knowing the direction, and we won't know that until dollar makes up its mind with what it's doing. So let's just get that marked out as a very high premium if price does want to turn around one more time. But this is all assuming that dollar does reverse at this 4 hour or bearish order block, and we do see lower dollar moving into Thursday and Friday. So yeah, very difficult condition, guys. Here's the daily on euro. Now you can see euro significantly bearish the way we closed lower below this low in this range. We do have a fair value gap right here that price may be reaching for, so that might be a potential low for dollar. But more similar, for euro, but more similarly to dollar, if dollar trades higher to create a high and then trades on lower, euro can happily trade down into this fair value gap and then turn around. So I'm not saying there is going to be a Thursday reversal, but if there is going to be a Thursday reversal, I'd like to see the low of the Thursday get made in this fair value gap, and I'd like to see the high of dollar get made either in this gap or within the 4 hour bearish order block, because we haven't actually traded into it yet. So, and there's a tiny gap right there, but yeah, that's what I'm watching. Let's get those marked out, in fact. So let me say that again. If the high of dollar is going to get made tomorrow and we're going to have a Thursday reversal profile, this is where I want to see the high get made. If the low of euro is going to get made tomorrow and we're going to have a Thursday reversal, this is where I want to see the low get made. If we trade through this, so be it, and we're probably way more bearish than I anticipated, and we can start looking at these lows to get targeted. And if that's the case, I'll probably stay out of it. But and the same with dollar. If dollar trades through these levels and starts running up to these highs, I'll probably stay out of it and just be a little bit more cautious. But generally speaking, I'm looking for that, Thursday. Let's go on the 1 hour, and you'll see how we've just been trading on lower, taking out stops below this south side liquidity. Beautiful south stops below there. Came down higher again, digging lower. Remember, this is a daily fair value gap, so price may seek to fill that, and then I'd like to see how price responds to it. If we come out of it with some nice aggression at the right time, and look, we do have PMI for euro as well, London might create that low there and trade on higher. But yeah, just the level to keep our eyes on. And if we do start seeing price press higher away from this level, we can comfortably be long, with the expectation to run for Wednesday's highs and then moving into Friday. Depends on where we are. We might be able to hit Tuesday and Mondays. But yeah, that's just what I've got my eyes set on. Another reason I keep wanting to see price trade higher as well is just the fact that we've been moving lower all week. So anyone that's gone short from Monday is in profit. If I was the markets, I'd want to rip them out. And the best way to do that would be a Thursday reversal at this point. Don't get me wrong. If we are to trade lower, we'll probably see a large expansion and we'll see it get down to these lows. However, we could still be in a Thursday reversal profile, and obviously we'll know once we do reach this fair value gap, and obviously once dollar, if it does, once it trades above, back into this 4 hour bearish order block. 4 hour bearish order block I was talking about. So I hope that all makes sense. Very complicated conditions, guys, very difficult. Don't forget to drop a comment if you have any questions. Join the mailing list. I'll have some exclusive content on the Asian range and trading, getting released in June. Smash subscribe, drop a like, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.